Here it is. Here it is. Did you guess what I had done? I have to take a deep breath every time I look at myself in the mirror, and I've caught Jim doing double takes when he looks at me. So this is it. This is what I've done. You can, let's see here. I'm looking in my little monitor down here, but you can see that we've left some gray, and for sure, depending on the way the light hits it, some of the white or gray up in the front. But I just finally knew I had to do something. And I'm not real sure I like it. The good news is there was no bleach used on my hair, strictly a toner and then gloss. And what I did is I told the stylist sort of what I wanted, and I had pictures from mainly Pinterest that I showed her, and she really looked at my hair. She even consulted with a couple of other stylists, told them what I was trying to do. Something that many of you don't know is that the back of my head, my hair is still really dark, the new growth. I have some gray, but it's just not very much. It's predominantly this color, and this really is the color of my natural hair. The main part of my graying or turning white was around the front of my face, mainly right here with a little bit through here, and you can see even the white. What we decided to do was to leave this with the toner. Just everything that was white, she sectioned it off and left it, and did not put the toner anywhere on this. The toner was from my scalp to the ends and you saw in the picture all of the foils, the weaving in and out. And what she did is she took, and I've had this before, but she was so precise. It took her a long time to do my whole head because she would section the little strip off, and if you've had this done, I know you're familiar with it. And then she wove in and out, but just doing random or even, she wove out the gray. Did you? Okay, wait a minute. She separated out either the already bleached and or gray, and then put the toner on what was left. I guess she took out all of the white or gray that was already there. I think what she did is she took out all of the blonde and all of the gray, and then put the toner on the hair that was left in the foil. After that all came off, she put a gloss over everything. So the color we're seeing around my face is actually my natural gray, white, whatever you want to call it, with the gloss on it. Now, neither one of these are permanent. It will start to fade quite a bit once I've shampooed it a few times, and I have not shampooed it since I had this done. I had it done this past Friday, and when I saw it, I keep looking at myself in a mirror here in my little monitor here, but when I saw it, I just knew Jim wouldn't like it. I just knew he wouldn't like it because he really has been very vocal about loving my blonde hair. He's never said don't do it darker or go gray. He's never said anything. He makes sure I always know that he likes the blonde. But anyway, I came home and it was down, and she had styled it, just mainly blown it out dry. And of course he was here, and I said, well, I did it, or something like that. And he went, well, it looks like you did. And I said, well, tell me what you think. Be honest. And he looked at it, and he had me turn around and show him the back. And, of course, it was down. And he said, I like it. I really do. So I told him that it certainly wasn't permanent, that if I decided it was too much for me, that I could lighten it up in different places. And I think, here's what I'm going to do. Oh, and I sent pictures to my sister. My sister loved it. Jennifer hasn't seen it yet. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as I said, I had it done on Friday. As I'm filming today, it's Tuesday. I'm going to shampoo it a few times. Maybe normally I only shampoo my hair once a week, sometimes every 5 days, but sometimes it goes 7. So I think what I'm going to do is just up the shampooing for a few weeks and maybe shampoo it every 5 days and see how much it fades and get a better idea of what's going to happen. It's growing on me. I will say that. It's growing on me. One thing is that I'm having to really adjust all of my makeup and my foundation. I seem to be wearing more color. I don't know if it's obvious to you, but I seem much more washed out, my complexion, than I did. So I want to play around with it. I want to live with it. I will list all of the makeup that I'm wearing below in the description box or in the first comment under this video. If you're interested, if you're this coloring and if you're interested in what I'm doing so far. But it's different. It's just really different. I walk by a mirror and I am still doing a double take because I know that this is the color of my natural hair in the back. So I'm anxious to see how all of this is going to blend in when it starts to fade. We'll do this together, guys. I know some of you are going to absolutely love this, and I know some of you are not going to like it at all. But as I've said before, what I do, and it should be this way with each one of us, we should do what feels good to us, what we feel better in or best in. So I'm going to live with this a little while, see how it does. It may mean that it fades a lot, and I'm going to still maybe not want to put a toner on it, but maybe a gloss on it. And see how it works. I may, in a few days, decide, nope, I just can't do this, and may go back. I like this color, okay. I'm fine with the color, the dark, but I think I want more of, and I hope you can see this, I think I want more of this in it, more white. And as I shampoo it, that may naturally happen. We'll see. Or I may just have to have that, again, some more foils put in and some of that darkness taken away. But I keep thinking I'll adjust to it. But as I said, when I look in the mirror, it just doesn't look like me. It doesn't. But I'm game to giving it a good shot and just seeing how I like it. And if I don't like it, you'll see me with this. You'll see me with something different for sure. So my life has been crazy, really, since after Christmas. My life has just been busy, really busy. We are having some work done to the house, and that's taken up some of my time. First thing we are doing is we've bought this house about 2.5 years ago. It'll be 3 years actually in June when we moved in. And there was carpet in the living room and dining room. And I know I probably mentioned this at the time that we knew we were not going to keep that carpet. We wanted some kind of hard surface flooring, either tile or hardwoods put down. Our entry hall and our kitchen are hardwood. And the bedrooms are the same carpet that's in the living room and dining room. Both bathrooms and our laundry room is travertine. It's the great big 24-inch square travertine pieces. Original stone. It was original to this house, which we love. We had travertine in our condo and we loved it. So we've decided to go ahead and do that. And we found someone to do the work who came highly, highly recommended. And once the work is done and we know whether or not we're pleased with it, we're sort of out of luck if we're not pleased with it, I think. But once we know we're pleased with it, I will, because I know I have a lot of viewers in this Pensacola area. So I'll make sure and give you the information on him in case you're interested in doing something like that. But we did pick a 24-inch square. It's porcelain, but it looks like travertine. It's very close to what we have in both of the bathrooms and the laundry room. And it's going to be placed on the diagonal so that when you walk in the room, you just won't see squares. It'll look more like diamonds because it'll be on the diagonal, although they are square. And I think it's going to be wonderful. But it's not really going to be a big ordeal. It's going to take about a week. He said about 5 days. It'll probably start on Monday and finish on Friday. And we don't have to leave. When we had the hardwoods refinished, when we were back in the condo before we moved here, we pretty much had to be gone because of all of the fumes and everything, but we won't have that here. So it's porcelain. It's going to be a matte finish, which is good for us because there won't be the danger of slipping like you would on a slick, shiny tile. So that's what we picked for, mainly for us. I think the look of the shiny tile is beautiful. I've seen it. But our bathrooms and laundry room are that matte, more natural finish to them. So we placed our order for the tile yesterday. And the company that we chose to do the tile they're working on a really big project right now. I think he said it was a 6-bathroom house down on the beach. So you can imagine it's a big house to have 6 bathrooms. And he anticipated to be finished with it by the middle of February. And we are next on his list. So with that being said, we're looking at probably 2 or 3 weeks for the tile to get here. And then him to be ready to start on it. So that's taken a lot of time and effort to get that done. The second thing that we did that was a lot of fun is this past Friday, we drove over to Fort Walton, Destin, that area. It's about an hour, a little over an hour's drive from here, east of us, to go to the Symphony. They had a show that we heard about and we wanted to see it. So I want to tell you a little bit about it just in case you like this type of thing. You may be interested. You can be on the lookout for your local symphony or maybe a neighboring symphony. But this was at the Symphonia Gulf Coast is what it's called, and I'll sort of hold that up. But this is like a traveling show. And it's called Music of the Nights, Knights. And it is, I'm looking down to sort of read this, but it is Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, Sir Elton John, and Sir Paul McCartney, each knighted by the Queen of England, are 3 of the world's most successful songwriters. From Broadway to the top of the pop chart, these musical geniuses each created an incredible individual music legacy. Music of the Nights honors their lasting musical influence with its hits like Memory, Yesterday, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, Circle of Love, Hey Jude, and my favorite of all time, The Phantom of the Opera. I was so lucky to see The Phantom when it first started on Broadway. I had an opportunity while I was in New York to see it with the original cast, and that's when I fell in love with it. When I tell you the whole show, I sat on the edge of my seat. I was just glued to it. It was almost like I was there. So I love it. I've also seen different productions of it live, probably 4 times, and in different locations. And when the movie came out, I saw the movie in theater 7 times. And then I own the DVD. I guess DVD, I'm not even sure we have anything to play it on anymore. But I can't tell you how many times I've seen the DVD. So I loved it. I wish the whole show had been that. But unfortunately, it was only one song. And that opened the show, the theme to Phantom of the Opera. And all of the talent, the singers who sang all of these songs they've starred in all of these productions. And we were just so fortunate in the ensemble, how talented they were. And so if you like the symphony and or the theater or something like this, be on the lookout for it, because I don't think you'll regret it. It was, again, it's Music of the Nights, KNIGHTS, and I know they're touring, so you may just, if you like this, you may want to just be on the lookout for it, because I highly recommend it. If you're familiar with the Fort Walton, Destin area, we drove over early, and Jim had reservations at Allie's Bistro, which we loved the dinner and the service, everything about it. We loved it, so I highly recommend that. And then something else that has been going on that's taken up some time is our house, and I'm sure some of you have seen pictures, but it is an off-white stucco, and from all the rain and that we've had, and neither one of us had ever had to have a house pressure washed, but because of the color on this house, it really does show the green mold and just dirt in general. It just needed something, and it was just getting worse. And so I started investigating companies that power wash, and talked to several, and had some come out. And one company that I had come out, and I'll list all of their information again below if you live in this area, is their D&B, I can't remember, but I'll as I said, I'll list the information. But a young man came out, and he reminded us so much of our grandson. Very, very, very professional. As a matter of fact, when he came out, Jim was not here, and I walked the house with him and asked him, and he was telling us what he could do, and I was asking all the necessary questions, because we were real concerned about the solution that they may use, especially because of our landscaping around the house. We didn't want anything that was going to harm the landscaping. So I had a lot of questions, and he said he would go on to our screen porch and power wash the inside of our screen porch completely. And we have a skylight, so he was going to spray up in there. And this is his company. He, has a presence online. We were just both really impressed with him and his knowledge, and how he said he would do things, and how careful he would be. And so we hired him to do that. And if you live in this area, I highly recommend him. This house looks like it was freshly painted. That's how good it looks. Our porch is just unreal, how good our back porch looks. But we were real pleased with it. Highly, highly recommend him. So our house looks great on the outside, and we'll get our new floors. So we're excited. I think this is going to get us ready for spring, and I think that's it. Let me know what you think about the hair. I know you're going to anyway. Let me do this. You can see. Let me just turn around so that I've got it up. maybe you can get an idea of the color. It's pretty. It is actually beautiful, the color. But see, you can see the white right here. That's my natural. But like I say, I think it could grow on me, but I just don't know. I'm going to tell you this. And this is something I'm working on. But it makes me feel old. It makes me feel old. This white coming in here the way it was, I didn't like the blonde, really. And my hair grows fast. My hair grows super fast. But this makes me feel old. And there's nothing wrong with being old. You know how I feel about it. But it just sort of, I don't know. Maybe once I live with it a little bit more and it fades a little bit, I will truly love it. That's where I want to be with it. I truly love it. I don't want to look and say, that's an old woman, especially with my makeup. And again, I've been doing some trial and error. Some days since I've done this, I put my makeup on, and it's just, I have to do a lot more. I have to add more color because I just really looked washed out. Even though it was still white around here, it was still blonde in the back, and maybe that was youthful looking to me. I don't know, but we'll see. I just need to shampoo it a few times and see how it looks and make a decision. As I told Jim, it's just hair. It's like painting your walls. It's just paint. It can be changed very easily. So we'll see. Stick with me. Let me know what you think. I know you will. And just know that just like you do what you want to with yours. You know, sometimes if others say, well, you know, that's not becoming, whether it's how we're dressed or our makeup or our hair, well, that's not very becoming to you. But if we like it, that's all that matters. We're the ones who live with it every single day. So it's how it makes us feel. It should always be about how it makes us feel, not about what someone else thinks. Because if we know anything in this world, we know that everybody has an opinion, don't they? Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to others. Go out and have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.